Oh, that's loud. Hang on, let me turn that off. Do you want to build a snowman? Snowman, 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 snowman. Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm glad you're here. Today we're going to turn these random pieces of wood into a snowman. To get started, we'll go through what everything is. This piece is the base. It's 7 inches long and 5 inches wide. This piece is going to be the brim or bill of the hat. It is 6 inches long and 5 inches wide. This is going to be the body of the snowman. It's a landscape timber, roughly 3 inches by 4 inches, and it is 14 inches long. This is going to be the top part of the hat. Also a landscape timber, and it's 3.5 inches long. This is a piece of a flannel shirt that's been cut up. It's going to be used as the scarf for the snowman. You'll see that later on. There will also be some buttons and hot glue used. So let's get started and see how to put this thing together. So to get started, we're going to take the hat piece as well as the base, and we're going to cut 45-degree angles on them on all corners. The angles on these were cut about 1.25 inches from where the corner was over into the piece itself, and then just cut it a 45-degree angle. But there's not really a set measurement. You can do whatever you want with it. Just kind of gives it a little bit of extra character, just putting a little bit of a angle on it there, so it's not just a straight up square piece with sharp edges and all that. And now, using the smaller of the pieces here and the top of the hat and the bill of the hat, we're going to assemble the hat. Did I say hat enough yet? Hat, 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 hat. Okay. To do this, it's really simple. Just going to put some glue on the bottom part of the hat. Not all the way to the edges because I don't want it to squeeze out too much. I'm going to kind of eyeball it. Again, there's not a lot of really set guidelines you have to follow with this. I'm just going to kind of center it the best I can by eye. And then to hold this in place while I get ready for the screws. There you go. Now you can see a little better. Just going to take this clamp, get it adjusted, clamp it down. Now I can turn the piece over, drill and countersink 2 holes down here, and put screws in it. And to do this, I'm just using a 5/32 bit. I do want to offset them a little bit off to the side here, not directly in the center, because later on we're going to drill this and put a screw into here, down into the snowman itself, to help hold the hat on to the snowman. And the holes just get drilled into this piece, not all the way up into the hat. This is what keeps this part of the wood from splitting out. Anytime you're going into the side grain, into an end grain, it helps a lot if you drill a pilot hole for your screw. Now for the countersink, what this is going to do is allow the screw to sit below the surface of this, so that when it gets put on top of the snowman, it won't be sticking out or anything. It'll let it sit flat. Like that. I'm going to use 1 5/8 inch screws. Sorry if the focus is getting all out of whack. I don't know, this thing's doing whatever it wants to do apparently. But now you see the screws are in. They're down below the surface, so they're not going to cause any problems when we go to mount the hat onto the snowman. Now with the screws in, I can take the clamp off, set this off to the side, and move on to the next step. Alright, the next step is going to be painting. I'm going to be using this Rust-Oleum 2x Ultra Cover paint and primer in white and black. It works really well. It usually goes on 1 coat, so there's not a lot of coming back and spraying coats and coats and coats. The body is painted white. The base and the hat get painted black. So let's go on and do that. What I usually do is once I get all the way around it, I'll come back one more time and hit any spots I missed. This doesn't have to be absolutely perfectly white. It's meant to be kind of a rustic folk style, kind of folk art snowman. So if it has a little bit of stuff showing through, it's already gonna have grain showing through. If it has a little bit of the wood showing through, it's still not that bad. That's good enough for that. Just around the sides is all that needs to be painted. The top and bottom don't matter because it's gonna have a base and the hat on it. They won't be seen anyway. The hat's gonna get painted all the way around. I'm gonna spray everything I can get to from here, let it dry, and then flip it over and get the bottom of it. The base will only get sprayed just on the top and the sides. The bottom can stay wood, but it doesn't matter because it's gonna be sitting down anyway. Take this stuff back inside. A little bit warmer in the shop than it is out here in the spray booth. Let that stuff dry up. We'll come back and finish the bottom of the hat, and then we'll move on with the assembly. Good day. Now that the paint's dry, I'm going to take the base, I'm going to flip it over, and I'm just going to use the hat to center up a little bit, kind of line this up, give me an idea where my screws are going to go. I don't need a lot of markings on the bottom of it, just enough to kind of let me know where I'm at. I'm just going to do the same thing on the bottom. Just going to drill 2 holes for screws and countersink them as well. While I'm drilling things, I'm going to take the hat and I'm going to drill a hole at an angle right here where the top of the hat meets the bill of the hat. You go straight through here, and that's going to go into the snowman itself and help hold the hat on. Do this on both sides. And you can see here, this is why I put these at a offset. This is why I offset these, so that when these come in, they wouldn't hit these at all. Now for the assembly, I'm just going to take the base here, set the body on top of it. This is just eyeballed. You can get more detail with it if you want. And get it centered up, slide it off the edge of the table, get underneath of it, flip it over, and put 2 more 1 5/8 screws in here. Don't sink the first one in case anything's going to spin. This is going to lock it in place, so when you put your second one in, you can go on and lock it down and then come back to the first one and lock it down as well. Now for the hat, same thing. I'm going to set it up, and I'm going to line up this landscape timber, line it up the best I can by eye with this down here on both sides, just so it looks good. For this, I'm going to be using 2-inch screws. They have a darker head on them. They'll blend in better. Same thing here. Hold it down. Go on and lock that in. Spin it around. Same thing on the other side. Now, as you can see, our snowman's pretty much done, but he doesn't have a face. He's a nobody. So let's change that. I'm going to use this template. This template is made to be able to line up every time if I need to do more of them. This is going to line up the eyes, the nose, and the mouth, and let me know where everything needs to go. I'm just going to make a little pencil mark inside all of these. Now what I'm going to do is where all those marks are, I'm going to drill into this board just a little bit, maybe an 1/8 inch, maybe a little more. What that's going to do is I'm going to put hot glue down inside of these holes, and then it'll have a little bit excess on top, and then I'll be able to press the button onto it, and it'll come through the button. It'll be in the hole and in the button and everywhere else, and it'll make it stay on a lot better. Battery died? Really? That's better. Something else I want to mention real quick is you probably want to use the flatter side. The other side has a kind of a groove in it, like a ridge sometimes. Just pick the flattest side and best looking side for your face. Now we're going to use the hot glue. Like I said, we're just going to put some down in the hole. Just a little bit of excess. Place the button over it. Push it down. I'm going to repeat that for the other eye. Big red button for the nose. And then 4 more black ones for the mouth. And with that, our snowman's pretty much done. But he looks a little bit cold. So let's give him a scarf. For the scarf, just a piece of flannel shirt cut out 2.5 inches wide. It's about 26 inches long. Just going to fold it over like that. And kind of line it up so it's even. I'm going to take a pneumatic stapler. Just 3/4 inch long staples, 1/4 inch wide. You could probably use a regular handheld stapler for this as well. I just like using this because it's a lot easier. So we're going to get that lined up at the back. Pop a staple in that. Come to the front. Kind of fold this. Kind of put it up, you know, kind of around his neck. Put one in here. Bring the other side around. Overlap it. Now if you think it looks a little bit long, you can always take some scissors, cut that off a little bit of an angle. The same thing on the other side. And there we go. Our snowman's ready for action. It can be set inside or outside. Alright, so there it is. That's pretty much it. You want to build one of these? Now you know how. So that's going to be it for another one. As always, thank you for stopping by. And if you like the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment on the videos, all that good stuff. If you subscribe, be sure to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified of my upcoming videos. Thank you all. We'll see y'all next time. Take care. To do this, pretty simple. Come on, man. Wow, that was glued really good. Hey, focus. Focus. Thank you.